Hey folks, it's Riley with Command Z, and today I'm going to show you a couple of exercises you can use right away to start detensing the area of the jaw, neck, and throat, which are some of the most tense areas for a lot of us. And this will help open up the voice and all types of expression, as well as many other things. So a few words of caution before we do these. First of all, we're dealing with the area around the gag reflex, and some of these might trigger that just a little bit, so I'd recommend maybe not eating a giant burrito right before doing this. Have more or less an empty stomach. Secondly, especially when dealing with the jaw, I mean, whatever you're working with, but especially with the jaw, because it can be so sensitive, do not overdo it. Don't push yourself. Don't end up doing any harm to yourself by trying to force any of these exercises. It's not about forcing, it's about gradually learning to let go. Okay? So the first one we'll look at is leaning the head back and rolling it from side to side. So I'll show you what it looks like, and then I'll give you a couple of tips. Alright, so first tilt it back. So just resting on the shoulders here. And then turn from side to side. Again, don't push it. And be sure when you're coming back up to come to center first, or you might put undue strain on certain neck muscles. So we've got a few things to keep in mind while we do that. First of all, you can do it for 2-3 minutes, or however long you're comfortable with it. You'll notice it'll have an effect on the front of the neck, the back of the neck, the upper back, the jaw area, particularly around here, where the neck and jaw meet. Okay? Always keep breathing rhythmically and regularly as you're doing these exercises. And for this one in particular, the mouth will have to hang open. Otherwise, you'll sort of be pulling yourself back up. Okay? So that's number one. Secondly, we'll get the voice involved a little bit here. This one is a good one to involve some of the affect or the emotional qualities of the tension that may be blocked up in here. So this one will engage the jaw by pushing it forward like you're a piranha or something, right? And then we'll growl like this. Inhale, you can let the jaw drop back, and then and if you really want to get into it, you can kind of make an angry face. And that'll start to initiate some catharsis of the blocked up anger that you might have pushed back when you were younger, or maybe even earlier this morning when your eggs weren't to your liking, or whatever stupid stuff you get mad at. This will help to start express that and let it loose. Now that one, I'd say tread lightly. You can go maybe 1 minute at first and see how you feel. Another thing to keep in mind is that you want the throat to be nice and open. Now when you start out, it might sound more like and it might make you cough or scratch your throat a little bit. That is a result of the throat being closed and restricted. What we want is the sound to come from all the way down here. And if you put your hands on your chest or down here around the ribs, you'll feel them vibrating. Mostly in the chest. Now, that will probably take some time to get to that point. But when you do, it feels great, and you'll know that your throat's more open than ever before. All right? A third and final exercise we'll cover right now is to, again, with the jaw and the front of the neck. Now, and this is worth pointing out too, once you detense the jaw, it can't really go anywhere unless you're also detensing this area here. Otherwise, if this is sticking out, you know, where's the jaw going to go? So we need to engage the whole area at once, and one way to do that is to open the mouth as widely as you can and stick out the tongue and breathe deeply, like so. So that'll especially start working on the floor of the mouth here, which is a too often neglected area of tension for a lot of people. So much gets rooted here. Tears that we hold back get rooted here, things we wish we would have said. In fact, just put your fingertips here while you talk, and you can feel it vibrate like crazy. Many of the neck muscles have their root up here, so this is an important area. Now again, don't push yourself too much, right? At the beginning you might only be able to open up a little bit. Go with where you are now, and by doing the exercise, gradually, the body will relax, and you'll find yourself one day suddenly able to do the whole thing. Now if you want to experiment more with the sound element, you notice I was saying "ah" on the exhale, which is good because with the tongue out like that, we're sort of forcing the throat to open more than usual, and it might bring about a yawn or something like that. And if it does, just go with it. Let the yawn happen, don't restrict it. That's the opposite of what we're trying to do, is restrict. Now, if you want to get more sound involved and train the throat even more while you're doing that, you can you get a sound all the way through the exhale. Now that one, again, you know, try just a little bit at first, see how it feels, and you can kind of gradually add to that. I'd say that one probably no more than a minute to begin with when you're just getting started. So there are just a few simple ways to get started on attacking that tension. You may feel emotions coming up in the following days or hours. That's perfectly normal. If you start feeling maybe some repressed anger or anxiety, that's normal. It's coming out of you, right? That's been stuck in there. And part of what we're doing is like some Drano for your psyche, letting all this stuff finally come out so your body feels like it can relax. And ultimately, this will result in greater self-confidence, self-expression, trusting yourself to speak, not being conflicted about, oh, what are other people going to think, and ultimately creativity and beyond. So give those a try. Let us know how they work out for you. And if you're interested in more, you can follow the link to the Student's Choice course, where we'll deal more deeply with the neck, throat, and jaw area. Alright guys, thanks a lot, and have a good one.